In the land of Efferia, where shadows creep, there rides a band known as the Black Sheep. With hearts of fire and wills unbowed, they face the darkness strong and proud. Orion sees the ranger from the Fey realms wide, with a whip of fire and a heart to guide. Was a druid of spores and earth, defends the land that gave him birth. Dust in the fire with courage so grand, a champion's heart, a steady hand. Old Trend, the stalker of gloom and shade, tracks the dark path that evil's made. When reach the sorcerer with magic divine, bring forth power, a fiery shine. Setish the barbarian, zealous light, rages in battle, a beacon of light. Black sheep, they ride through the night, guardians of hope, defenders of light. From the deepest shadow to the brightest dawn, together they stand, forever strong. Through trials and tempests they never yield, in the face of danger their fate is sealed. Bound by honor, by blood and by name, black sheep forever in glory and flame. So sing of the black sheep, brave and true, in the darkest of times will see us through. With hearts united they fight as one, under moon and stars and the blazing sun.
When last we met, the Black Sheep had just triumphed over a twisted cult in the Feylost, who had summoned a demon within the corrupted walls of an ancient Fey temple. Their victory hard won, the party claimed their spoils and returned to the forge of Thryn Darkleaf, the Firbolg armorer. There, Zetish was reunited with their newly crafted Ankh-Egg armor, a masterpiece forged by Thryn herself. That night, amidst the flicker of dying embers, Zetish and Thryn shared a night of passion, a brief respite in the chaos of their lives. The next day, the Black Sheep set out to find Sylvain, the treant archfey of the Elder Tree Enclave, only to arrive in the midst of battle. Sylvain stood against the demonic forces, but corruption had already taken root in the Elder Tree itself. The Black Sheep fought fiercely, fending off the demons, but in the end, the Elder Tree, a symbol of the Fae's connection to nature, was left tainted and dying. Escaping the Feylost, the Black Sheep stepped through a Fey gate, back to the material plane, only to emerge in darkness. A cave, strange, unfamiliar, soon surrounded by a wall of fire. A voice echoed from the shadows, demanding their names. Upon revealing their identities, the voice told the Black Sheep that they had been gone for 15 years. Now, the voice rises again, demanding their names, but Wenrish wastes no time. His dissonant whispers ripple through the cave, and the wall of fire fades to nothingness. In a blur of motion, and suddenly, a small woman leaps upon Dustin. The party tenses, but Dustin's eyes widen in recognition. It's his friend, Sasha. Sasha confirms the unthinkable. 15 years have passed since the Black Sheep disappeared into the Feylost. She's been with the Terran Enclave all this time, fighting, surviving, waiting. With a glint of new power in her eyes, she misty steps ahead of them, leaving Dustin startled. She explains, cryptically, that she had made a deal with Hartihar. She is now a warlock, empowered to fight against the vampires that have overrun Efferia. Her loyalty to the Enclave, to her friends, and to the Black Sheep have never wavered. But the price of her newfound power remains shrouded in secrecy. Reunited with Aldrin's sisters, Mara and Petra, the party notices the passage of time written across their faces. These elves, once ageless, now show signs of wear, the weight of 15 years etched in every line of their face. The sisters guide the black sheep through the cave system to the remnants of the Terran Enclave. They emerge into the sanctuary, greeted by the sorcerer Khazro Cadella, now the Enclave's leader. He speaks grimly of Efferia's downfall. Baccaryn has seized control of the land, ruling from the capital of Nymorn. The Blood Moon Eclipse continuing all of this time. Orthadanor has fallen, now a city of undead under the White Court's dominion. But the Terran Enclave has found refuge in the Grand Savannah, sheltered by Rog, the weakened solar dragon. Just as Khazro finishes, a familiar figure strides into the room, Hartihar the Archfey, who changed the fate of Sasha, and now stands before them once again.
Time ain't no bother at all.
Yeah.
What's 15 years, I mean, to a dwarf or a tiefling or a fey creature? You know, just a blink of an eye. We're not like these short-lived mortals with our, lives like mayflies or nothing. Sure is nice.
Yeah, it's, boy, this, yeah, I'm patting you on the shoulder. Yeah, but it's still, it can get I'm sure a little rough. I'm glad that you have that mentality, Boris, I do. And hopefully the rest of you will come to terms with that. I'm kind of just like, every now and again I stop at Dustin and stop and then just... But, first of all, the deal. Listen, I know that there have been a lot of deals thrown around. I love Sasha. Sasha is amazing. She's done incredible things. And I promise that there's nothing bad about it. Right, Seth?
No, I wanted the power to help keep the world safe while you were gone, whether you were coming back or not, and Hartihar gave me powers?
Rapsis, I know what you're thinking.
For, doing little tests every so often. Just not harmless things, just,
Oh, you're the new gopher. That's what you are.
Exactly. Well,
I wouldn't exactly put it that way.
I love gophers. They're adorable.
Me too, I totally agree.
Little teeth on them. Hell,
Dustin?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you okay? You look a little, upset.
Yeah. That's one way of putting it. I'm just really...
I promise I don't do it to harm anyone. I use my powers for good. We've been helping people here and, killing vampires when we can, but for the most part, I look after people here.
You do it splendidly.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm really worried about there being something hidden, and I'll just say I don't really have a lot of trust in the Fae right now.
Totally understandable.
Don't don't take offense personally if I'm just upset. I will try my best not to punch you.
And I promise if you do that, I'll try not to turn into like a bear angrily. But
There.
that could be good
Could be
for
fair.
like letting off steam. We'll talk about that later. But listen, totally understandable. I don't even trust the Fae now. I would consider you a fool if you did. But it's just how this works. I would have done it for free. I would have if it was something I could do. The Fae is chaotic, but they have rules, and things have to be done to get a certain things, and it's how it works. There needs to be a paper trail, you know.
Well,
Um,
what did you ask in return? Sasha, Hartihar, what did you exchange?
I'm something new now. Well,
Hey,
something old but new.
Hartihar, if we had to trade something or make some sort of a deal that whenever somebody spoke directly to Dustin, they would not be so vague, what would Dustin have to sacrifice for that?
Oh, that would be a huge price. Legs,
Would it be my
for
sense
sure.
of humor?
What Fey god do we need to make a deal with for people to be less fucking vague
Um,
around here?
I'm
it's
something
legs, who
that
is
hasn't existed for a long time. I'm a warlock?
That's right.
What does
All
that
right,
mean?
we didn't even need to make a pact. Thanks for being specific.
So Hartihar just kind of grants me powers without there necessarily having to be a deal. That's how he's looking out for me.
That's not how the demons do it.
Demons suck.
Yep.
Like, I can do things like this, and suddenly there are 3 of her.
Oh.
But that comes in handy.
Yeah.
Old one kind of leans towards Dustin, like, down boy.
I mean,
I
really, when you think about it in this regard, is it really that different than, I don't know, playing a game with the god of death?
Oh, that guy's an asshole. I'm much nicer than him.
yeah, I can definitely vouch for that.
Oh my god, Kitty.
Right,
Oh,
right.
little babies.
But
It's just how it had to be. There's a lot. Again, there hasn't been one for a long time, so the rules are kind of different and weird, but we made it work in a way that, again, not the god of death, not anything like that. Oh, you should hear the things he used to ask for. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's very unofficial. It's very non-committal, no strings attached. You know, it's very. I'm not gonna take her soul or anything. I mean, I think there's enough things out there already vying for that for all of us. But
yeah,
But
Sounds like it's totally consensual, and I, for one, am really happy for you two.
yay!
sounds fine. This wonderful agreement, and I'm sure contractually binding obligation that you've now entered. But there's one concern in all of this that I still have, and that is the way that the vampires responded to those of us that had been blessed by the Fae, if you will, and how they would then respond to you if your entire purpose was to try and defeat them.
Wait,
Are you just dinner come at her? Or what?
what about the vampire and the fae?
That's
We were
where
tasty,
Kazro comes
darling,
in, and she
remember?
just like steps aside and points at Kazro.
Hartihar too, just kind of like we just both.
Remember, Bashamel thought we were tasty. Kind of thought we smelled like summer rain.
That's why she was feral. She kept asking me about a cologne, but that doesn't make any sense.
So,
Well, it didn't then.
the automaton.
And the fish.
Yeah.
What's going on with
Mhm.
the fish?
I didn't want to
What
sidetrack the
fish?
conversation, but the
Uh,
way you keep talking about the
sunfish?
automaton makes me think you don't have control over it.
On the contrary,
Oh
I'm
no.
bound to it.
Oh.
Oh, well, that's great. Now we don't
I
have to
mean, I'm
worry about
free.
it anymore.
Just
And your head didn't even explode?
does that mean I'm free?
I guess so?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I hope that, like, no hard feelings. I know you were real excited about that automaton.
Oh no, if it wasn't gonna work, I was gonna push it into the river, so.
Yeah, that was always the plan.
Right. So,
We
yeah.
found things in a hole. It really doesn't bother us. We weren't super attached to it.
Look, I'm a sorcerer, not a rebellion leader, damn it.
Damn it, Jim!
But that's how we were able to save as many people as we did.
So what's it doing now?
It's guarding the southern entrance.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna shove it up Baccaryn's stairs.
I guess the other follow-up question
I would
is,
certainly like to watch. I would certainly enjoy watching that, given the havoc that they have wrought on this world.
so who
Well.
exactly is the current leader of the resistance? Or is it sort of the two of you in a sort of de facto leadership position?
Kazro kind of raises that would be me.
Hmm.
Reluctantly, but I was one of the only surviving council members, so it's kind of up to me, I guess. People turned to me.
What happened?
After Arthadnor fell, Baccaryn and her spawn just swarmed. Like, it was not pretty. It they seem to know exactly where to hit us. And not just us. Everywhere. They knew who to kill or who to turn to best benefit them. They feared no one. They just have overwhelmed us in sheer number at this point. And until we can find a way to end this eclipse that has been going on for 15 years, I don't know what to do. We can hold them at bay as long as we can, but we can only survive here for so much longer before they find us.
So about that fish.
What fish?
The holy water fish.
Yeah.
The oasis fish.
There you go.
Yeah.
We knew
That
she
was a really
wasn't
important
just a
plot
pretty
point.
face.
I don't like that prolonged silence.
God, your DM forgot about the oasis fish.
Hey, Ram.
This is time.
To be fair, we never told Dilara about it, and we never told anyone in the Enclave about it. So
It's canon that they have no fucking clue what you're talking
We
about.
did tell your
Fuck.
sisters
Yeah.
about it.
True.
Yeah, when
did
we were
tell the
planning
sisters.
on using the fish to protect Orthad and Nor from the vampires.
And
To
then
be
we
fair, we
figured,
told
you
them
know,
about it
fuck
in-
them, let them die. And now everyone died.
Yeah.
We
Plan
sort of
successful.
mentioned it in passing, and maybe they just never brought it up.
It was mentioned. Yeah.
That's what they get for being racist.
Speaking of the sisters, I mean, true, but also...
Winters isn't evil, but he's not good either.
I like, speaking of sisters,
your
like,
own
Aldrin
kid.
kind of, like, would, like, turn to them and, like, where is he? Where's Aegon?
Where's who?
Dad didn't make it out of the attack. I'm sorry.
I feel like at that point, like, Aldrin kind of, like, slumps a bit in the chair and just gets, like, 1,000 yards there.
Look, in the end, this is a lot of talk about what has happened now without us, and I understand that it is important. But now, I think it's time for a different subject. And that's what we're doing from here.
Right.
So on a different subject, Arapsis, do you know how we could get back to the Feywild? Maybe we could disappear for another 15 years, wait for all this to blow over? Is that ish? You
Yeah.
cool with that? Hartihar, you think that'd be fun? Want to come party with us in the Feywild for? We can't just
think
run
so.
away
That's
from
all
our
of our
responsibilities, can we?
You said my
Oh.
favorite word, which is party. That is a hard thing to say no to. But
No.
I've become invested here. I've really invested in this this season. You know, this show of this. I'm going to see the finale.
I understand.
Yeah. Things start going sideways, though. I'm doing this to Boris.
Aldrin,
We can skedaddle back out of the house.
roll me a perception check. Because you got the 1,000-yard
Okay.
stare, so that's... I'm not using your passive at the moment.
Okay.
In
Jesus
the midst of your 1,000-yard stare, for some reason you focus in right in the middle of Wenrish's upper back. And then you notice something starting to move in Wenrish's hood.
I noticed that there's something moving in my hood.
Roll me a perception check, Wenrish.
I feel like
Oh, man.
absently, like Aldrin's left hand is gonna start to glow with a fucking sunbeam.
Ah, look at that, 20.
My God.
Fuck. Yeah, you definitely notice as a set of claws sink into your the back of your neck as a small black kitten pops out of your hood.
Ah, it's got me!
Oh, look at it! Look at it! Look at it! Oh my goodness! I'll pick him up out of the hood and just, oh, look at this little thing.
What did you do?
What did he not do?
I don't know. But it's really cute.
You found a buddy.
What's their name?
I mean, obviously we'll have to think on that, but yeah.
Right now, it's responsibility.
We'll definitely include that. The official name.
Well, give myself
That's
a
actually-
wraps. It's about 10 minutes. Either one of us could find out its name pretty quickly, actually.
The
There
name
you
is
go.
Jinx,
Okay.
darling.
On the dot.
It just kind of peers
Responsibility.
down at it. Peers down at peers down at you, Orzon of Wondersh's hood, and Jinx. You don't need to ask. I'll just tell you.
Hi, Jinx. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
He's talking.
Yeah,
Can
that's
we
normal.
all
for
understand
most
this?
like
I
Yes.
didn't do it.
It is speaking common.
It
Oh,
may have been when I took my cloak off while we were waiting for Zedish.
Oh, sure, blame me.
wait, did that mean the thing's from the Feywild?
Apparently.
Oh, cool! Oh, where you from? Who's your mother? Who's your father?
Well. God damn it! I gotta come up with names.
Yeah, tell us a lot of specific details about your life.
Oh,
Social
God.
inference
How long
numbers.
have you been there?
Mother's maiden name, make and model of your first wand.
Well, I mean, I kept myself hidden when you were fighting all those little demony things in the giant trees, and, well, I kind of meant to jump out before you left, but here I am.
Here you are!
You really are from Hartihar's domain.
I can smell it off him.
He's adorable.
I'm a big fan.
It's now baby.
Well, I mean, now we have another reason to go
Yep.
back to the Feywild to return this cat to its rightful place.
You touch my belly, I will claw the shit out of you.
No.
Oh, they're sassy! Yeah!
Only head pats. Only pets.
Good.
That's better. Thank you.
Oh, this is awesome. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, all hands on deck, right? We're fighting like a wall of things. Like it. You ever fight an army? This is like an army and an army on top of an army. It's an army wall.
What you're saying is that they're all together in one central location where someone could perhaps set fire.
Yeah. Or where, like, a particularly well-placed earthquake could cause quite a considerable amount of damage.
Two very good ideas.
Perhaps a combination of those two things in conjunction.
Firequake.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Maybe a fire in one place and an earthquake in another place.
Winter says the kitty and is just talking with his little paws.
So, I can't help but notice that you're
Fireball!
likening them to some sort of army. Normally that means that they have some sort of, I don't know, rank.
Oh, I'm sure Bucharest is at the top of it.
Well, interesting.
I like that
about
name better.
power
That's a better
dynamics.
name.
Well,
Eh,
bocce ball.
Botulism.
Botulism.
You mean bechamel sauce? Or
Yes, that
bacitracin?
one. That one.
Oh yeah, Binox COVID test.
Oh, stop! I gotta write all these down. This is gonna be great for the campfire later.
I got a list.
My point is, I'm roughly the same rank as Baccaryn to me, so we have to trust that that should matter.
Bacitracin.
I was just about to say that.
I can't breathe.
Well,
I mean, it's been 15 years. It's kind of hard to remember.
they've
For them.
gathered a group around. She's gathered a group around her and stays shut in the castle, throwing lavish parties. Everyone else is either be food or be turned.
So Baccarina's doing the Macarena.
Yeah.
Pretty much. What's the Macarena?
Oh, I'll show it to you later. It's a great dance from the Feylost. Oh, you must have learned it over there. That's great. They're still doing it. Yeah.
There been any reports of demons here?
No. However, there's other things. Mostly
Yeah.
the vampires, but Stargrasp, the World Tree, is beginning to show signs of mutation, as if the world is now sick from this never-ending darkness.
Oh yeah. Just like the tree in the Feywild also had a bunch of corruption on it. I bet those two things are related. That's probably not a good sign.
It's kind of the reason why I'm only able to do so much around here. You know, I'm kind of connected to all that, and things are getting. They got the world's got the sniffles.
So we gotta break into Barbara Roach's barbecue and bust some heads, it sounds like.
Yeah. So it would seem. Moonladrian, the Moon Elves are hiding behind magical wards. They have a moonstone dragon protecting them. And they've been at war with the orcs, which is not going well for them.
I got one more. Baccarat needs to take a Baccarat nap.
Well, thankfully, the issue with the Moon Elves and the Orc sounds like a self-contained problem that won't have a direct impact on this storyline.
No, the dwarves, both the dark dwarves and the mountain dwarves, have been in hiding underground. They've locked themselves in and haven't been seen for 15 years, outside from any of those who lived outside of their walls.
No, but this means that barbecue sauce and father are not working in conjunction. Even though the Necronomicon empowered her to some degree to do this, if the demons are not here, then this is not their focus.
No, but taking over the Feywild isn't exactly, on the up and up either.
Joe?
No, but does that mean father agrees?
Father. Castro gives you a puzzled look. What do you mean, your father?
I'm not exactly comfortable with the term. as it would be. But one thing that did exist within the Feywild was them reaching out and asking if I would come home.
Which we already established that you're already home with me and Winrish. So that's kind of impossible.
Yes, but it's the request in and of itself that is what lends the question of why.
You could also consider whether they meant home in a more literal sense and not such a metaphorical sense.
Oh, we're quite roomy.
Oh, okay, all right.
No, it's. What if there was a split? What if it was something to be exploited later on?
I think the key word is later on. Should, perhaps...
No, I just like keeping a plan B sometimes.
Have you ever considered that maybe your father is just more accepting of your lifestyle and, wants to meet your partners? Times are changing. It's been 15 years. Civilization, cultural norms, they may have shifted a bit.
Or maybe
pretty
he wants to
excited.
kill us.
He doesn't seem to be very accepting of no, unfortunately.
Which is a very big red flag. That's a red flag tapestry. That's a whole cape.
It's all out on a tap dance.
Da, 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 da.
Well,
It can.
at the moment, we can't go after your father or Vicodin. So we need to figure out what's our next step.
I think we'll take this
We
moment
might-
to take. Oh, go ahead.
We might have an inn with Moon Ladwin. And he looks to Caswell. Have you had word recently from Ilyana?
Not since you left.
The moon goddess. Was that it?
My ex-wife.
Right. But Dustin also
Ladrian's
hasn't
been
been
shut
with Moon Goddess.
behind their wards. They do not leave.
Your ex-wife is the moon goddess?
No,
That was
dear.
Lunastra.
Not quite.
Not, it was the way somebody... No, they're half paying attention right now.
If we can get word
Catch
to
up
her,
later.
maybe we can find a way to get in. She was part of the Enclave last I heard.
She gets us to Nymorn is the question.
Well,
So the shepherds are vampires now.
not all of them, no. Anna was brought here by one of them when she was a child. Around the time that your sisters and Sasha arrived. Not all shepherds are as bad
She
as you
was-
think.
Brought
Yeah.
to the Enclave by
Still
a shepherd.
bad.
Anna turns to you, turns to the group and is like, he... Sorry, I am having a complete brain fart. And now I've got to find it in my notes because I wrote this.
You're
so
saying
long
that like
ago.
you're saying lots of names referenced in some giant lore drop over the course of a game. What?
Right.
We're just
Like,
playing
this hasn't
checkers.
been an hour-long refresher on all of the lore of the first season of this campaign.
Right.
Previously
You're-
on...
You are doing a great job, and we
Thank
love you
you.
so much.
And on top of all that, you gotta deal with this in your ears the whole time? I mean, my god, you're basically getting waterboarded!
Somebody queue up Carry On Their Wayward Son. We'll get the story so far. It'll be great.
Carry on my wayward son!
Yes, the Hartihar karaoke edition.
Oh my god.
That's the credits rolling right there for the end of this
Okay,
episode.
actually,
Just like,
seriously, guys, I need to take a break for a moment. I will come back with this information. I need to take a break to go pee because fuck you guys
Okay.
making me laugh so hard. Alright, we'll be back in just a little bit. Don't go away.
I mean, I think it's pretty clear that the lyrics of that song are a direct reference to Master.
I love you all. I love you all. Alright.
So yes, you were about to tell us who that shepherd was. Anna.
Yes, his name was Alexei Boros. He was in charge of rounding up children that were, whether they were taken from their parents or killed in front of them.
Yep.
He himself had powers. He was forced to work as a shepherd or go to Hell's Door. They even threatened his mother.
Bastards.
Yeah, but the shepherds found me in River's Meat and tried to recruit me too. So my parents did the only thing they could think of. Was to
They
get
threw
me
you into a river.
No. Get me smuggled out
All
of
right,
town.
sorry, continue.
technically, that is a way of smuggling you out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's parents do that. So, hey.
I know I've heard a good story about this at least once. In a book
Right, but
somewhere.
this one orc who
No, it's a dwarven legend, yeah. They,
The good chosen people, the dwarves.
Yes.
true. Allegorically.
But he helped me and my family make our way to the Enclave. He was working with the Everyday Devils. They were who helped smuggle us out of town.
Everyday devils? I think
The
I like
local
them a little
thieves
bit
guild.
already.
They're a real plucky bunch.
Well,
You
Totally.
think they'd be able to sneak us in, then?
Do we have any updates on the Shadow guys?
The Shadowburgers?
There you go.
Sure hope they're all dead.
I couldn't tell you. But River's Meat, unfortunately. River's Meat and the Clovenwood are open hunting grounds for vampires. We have one associate, I guess you could call him, there, who's trying to do what he can to help survivors.
Well, good. Sounds like that problem took care of itself. Time heals all.
What about you? What do we do now? We've seen what Baccaryn can do, but you seem to know more about her than we do. We've just seen her exercising her powers, so to speak.
Have you found any
Being a
easy way to
real
dispatch?
tool.
I'm sorry, what was that, Kelly?
Have you found an maybe not easy but effective way of dispatching any of the vampires?
Yes, actually. Well, removing the head, obviously. But trying to get a stake through their heart is a little more difficult. But we've made some allies here in the savannah that have a different way of killing vampires.
Have you tried casting a
Technology of
daylight spell
sorts.
directly on their retina? That one works pretty good.
I
I hate that.
Yes, these seem to be more resistant. Some more than others. But daylight only can kill so many at a time. And it's a powerful spell that you can only a select few can cast. Out of who remains of us.
Oh, good news! Fire! Fire seems to be the answer. Look, darling.
Yep.
Told you that's the default answer.
It often is.
And you were worried it would stop being a solution at some point. Now you've been told all of these wonderful solutions, and I've got a very specific one in mind.
I'm
Blush.
Kazro turns and I am all ears, please. If you
Oh,
think you have a solution to this, I am listening.
Oh, we're just gonna set him on fire.
We don't necessarily need to immediately kill her if we can get the book.
Need the book?
We
Seems like a
need the
dangerous book.
Necronomicon.
Seems like a dangerous book.
Yes, it is. And it's also kind of the key to what she's doing. So taking it away potentially ends that. Potentially ends this nightmare. Next,
I mean, I'm not really
killing
into
her.
burning books, but I feel like that book might.
Look, we have to make sure it doesn't have an answer first.
Speaking of, I know it's been a while for you, Kazro, but those rubbings of the ritual I had sent, did you manage to have a look at those? Maybe reverse engineer the ritual? It seemed to be the one that caused the moon.
I can only do so much with the runes and sigils provided. If there was an incantation involved, it's not here. But from what I can tell, they somehow stopped the world from turning, and the moon is forever in a fixed spot. It is as you see it every day, I guess, if you can even call it that anymore.
I can't. I missed it. The warmth of it.
Oh. Well, that considerably complicates things. See, we haven't been out of this cave since we arrived here about 15 minutes ago. I did not realize that it had been nighttime for 15 years. I believe that explains all the starving people. Yeah, now it's all making sense. This is a bigger problem than I anticipated originally. Now I feel really bad that we were absent for 15 years. Things must have really spiraled out of control.
Well,
Shucks.
It's
Well.
okay, buddy.
You're here now,
No
and
book.
the book.
You said she's in Nymorn, in the castle. Yes, that's where basketball is.
Yes.
Well, then we're going to find Bachelor. One step at a time.
If she's built an army, we need to take down the command one by one.
Do we?
Just collapse the entire fucking city.
We can go
That
straight
would
to
Can't
the start.
exactly just
Oh.
stroll into the castle.
Well, some of
can't
you could
exactly
learn
stroll
to
into the
climb
castle.
better.
Let me take you to the big map so I can show you where you are versus Nymorn. So,
Balcony will be cocky and not be worrying too much.
True. And we could use that against them.
you are now down here.
That is
Huh.
definitely not where we were aiming.
A little bit off.
Took a shortcut in the wrong direction.
I mean, we still got, west.
Yeah, technically we made it back to the Terran Enclave. Technically.
Because
Hey,
we were, here.
Nymorn is up here.
That's real far away. Perhaps you know anything about taking another shortcut through the Feywild? Maybe get us to Namor a little
No.
faster than taking
Let's
another
not.
15 years.
Right now,
No
more
this moon
shortcuts.
is affecting the Fae. So the
Ugh.
unfortunate thing is, timey-wimey, moony-woony.
Yesy Wessy.
So, the question is, the quickest way across.
Well,
Probably won't take 15 years to walk it.
No, but
only we knew a
there is
dragon that
water.
could carry us.
Well, if you can get yourself to Norhala, I'm sure you can find one of the archdruids there.
If we can charter a ship from the beacon, we might be able to make our way up through to that area.
I suggest that there's some people that you might want to meet before you leave.
Yeah, you mentioned allies in the savannah with technology to kill the vampires.
Not cure them per se, but definitely
Kill
kill them
them?
far more efficiently.
Kill them, yeah, that's what I said.
They call themselves
It's
the
a type of curing.
They call themselves the Marshals. Typically, they travel in pairs, except for Roland. He tends to stay on his own. He's the one we mentioned up in Riversmeet. But I'm sure
He's a
if
real
you-
card.
Yeah, but they have a compound about a day's travel from here, and they may be able to train some of you on the items that they use, the weapons that they have developed. They primarily keep to themselves, but they've been helpful in the fight.
I think we should at least take some time to rest here and then
Absolutely.
meet the marshals.
Absolutely.
Oh, please do. Oh, we can have a whole, like a little party tonight. It'll be nice. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, this will be the first time we've all danced in a long time. We gotta get music.
I'll make goodbye pies for everybody.
Amazing.
And on
I
that
have not
note,
made a pie in a while.
It'll be fun. A nice return to the way things were before the darkness of the eclipse that surely ruined the last decade and a half of your life. Which must be weighing very heavily on your mind.
What a beautifully poignant way to put it. You have a way of spelling things out, Boris, and it's very plain, and I appreciate it.
What can I say? I have a lot of trouble empathizing with others.
It's a tough skill. You don't learn it in the Feywild. It's just not a thing. Empathy, there's literally not a word. I had to learn that word when I got here. A couple of other ones, too. Bathroom. They don't know bathroom. There's a lot of weird ones.
How
Cultural
does the
differences
three
really are.
seashells work? Blasted
Yeah, you're
famous
on the material
seashells.
plane. They don't know about the three seashells at all. Ramses knows about the three seashells. Hartihar, you know about the three seashells. We all know about it.
Oh, absolutely.
Zedish, you know about the three seashells? Yep, Zedish knows about the three seashells. These guys got no idea.
and on that note, we will go ahead and wrap it here for this session. We'll pick up next time with some downtime and going to meet the Marshals.
But I wanted to check on the automaton.
The
But
what?
okay.
The
The
automaton.
Oh, shit, I forgot about the automaton. I'll get to that next time, I promise. I promise.
Make a note for it.
Yes. Put it in the Discord now.
Automaton.
Yes.
Pin it. Pin it.
All right.
Right next to Oasis Fish.
Yeah. All right. Sorry,
Right
we're
next to
cutting
whatever
little
Bacchanal
short.
is.
There was a big lore dump tonight. So. All right.
Just
I'm
soaking
so
it in.
sorry.
You are fine. I realized how much of it was in my head, and you're just like, yeah, this is totally makes sense. What?
It was like we were doing improv. Baby, it was great. You're my favorite improv partner.
Yay! Alright, we are gonna go ahead and raid Liching Hour, who are playing Viva La Dungeon. As always, friendos, don't forget to love each other. Please take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys on the flip side, and we'll be back in 2 weeks with more Black Sheep.
Bye.
Everybody.
For note taking, I'm pretty sure this paragraph in my notes section.